we first came to Orford Ness, we felt completely overwhelmed. We just felt that we'd come to this strange place which was battering you with the weather, the wind and the rain, and it was freezing cold. You couldn't see the tops of the roofs of some of the labs. There was just mist, and so this kind of strange sense of where are you and what are you actually looking at? And so it was a very disorientating, but in a way really kind of immersive experience.
Yeah, very immersive. You were just struck by the bizarre uniqueness of this place. The commission we're doing here is a site-specific sculpture work and sound piece called Blind Landing. It's sort of a reference to the experimental blind landing unit that happened just off the Ness in RAF Woodbridge, but obviously directly impacted some of the experiments that were happening here during the Cold War period. We thought a lot about the activities that went on here, a lot of vibration testing for the casing of H-bombs. And we wanted to cite some sculptures that sort of referenced the past in a sense. We cast in aluminium measures that are suspended in the buildings and then work with that with the sound elements.
We are kind of tying it into a past here, but also they're quite rich with association. They were usually used for perspectives, also for set design. Talking a language that's also very filmic. At the moment we're just drilling holes because we're countersinking the yardsticks into the floor here.
One will be actually inside the centrifuge and one will be outside. So you kind of get the sense that one is overlooking the other in a way.
There's a viewing platform in Lab 2, so you're very aware that actually all the experiments that happened in there were watched from a remote space. One's placed inside the centrifuge and one is placed on the exterior. So there's something about that idea of remote viewing and of something being looked at and being examined. In Lab 2, we've actually referenced the title Blind Landings by thinking of things that have landed. And so there's clunking sounds and sounds of things just suddenly hitting the floor. And so then you sort of imagine these sticks appearing and landing, but also you sort of imagine them as remote listening devices or something that will draw a signal, kind of like sentinels. You're very aware, particularly in the Pagodas, of the delicacy of the experimentation that went on because of the nature of the design of the buildings. You know that they were meant to seal shut. Obviously, some of the material that was used could potentially have been plutonium, uranium, other things which you wouldn't want to spill out onto the exterior.
You're aware that its years are slightly numbered in a way. Several of them will be lost in the next 10 years or so. So there's this sense of it being preserved in a way, but they're ruins that are going to be gone fairly soon.
What we're trying to do in some ways, what we're creating with the installation, is to not just look at them as ruins, but also to look at them in a way that they could be seen as future ruins, which seems a bit of an abstract thing to say, but there is things there that obviously still have a direct impact on us now and a direct relevance on us now. If you were to think about Lab 2 in terms of the centrifuge, I mean, that was also unique because without that technology, using a centrifuge, probably you couldn't find, nuclear power in Iran the same way that you could now. So there's all of these things that you kind of want to imagine it is not just something in the past, but also something that really has a relevance now.